Okay, we are back again. I am Mark Antony, Dark 66, and we are in the next movie installment here, discussing modeling. This movie, I'm gonna open this up a little different. This time around, I just had somebody pass away in my family who was very dear to me, and has a lot to do with what you're watching now. That would be my grandmother. And my grandmother, just to explain her to you, was a very, very beautiful woman. Very beautiful. Unrealistically beautiful. I'm not comfortable sharing any pictures at the moment, but I'll just explain her to you. I'm not going to give exact measurements, but she was definitely tall, on the taller side. She definitely had beautiful skin. Just beautiful, beautiful skin. Never even I mean, of course, like as she aged, she's my grandmother. She just aged so gracefully. I was always so impressed with the way she kept herself. I mean, just she would dress so elegantly. She would never wear anything less than gold, silver, and diamonds. When she did wear jewelry, she wore it conservatively. Like I said, she would never wear anything less than gold, silver, or diamonds. But at the same time, she wasn't gaudy. She wasn't gaudy. Like the fashion today can be a little gaudy. She definitely wasn't a part of that scene. But anyways, a huge inspiration, a great inspiration, a beautiful woman. She'll be forever missed, and she definitely had a lot to do with what you're watching here with Mark Antony Dark 66. So I'm dedicating this beginning to her, and taking the attention off myself here. Now I'm going to segue into the next topic because we're going to get into modeling and, do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, whatever you may call it. Okay, so I'm going to go off saying that my grandmother never wore any like fake jewelry or anything like that. I'm going to emphasize again a fox leather jacket because this is a good example. When I say a fox leather jacket, I don't mean a fox leather coat with fox fur on the inside. I'm talking about the traditional fox leather jacket, which usually comes above your waist. Which, when you're wearing this jacket, you can usually see the belt that you're wearing because it really comes to your waist. It's almost like, if I could explain it in like layman's terms, it's almost like a cartoon jacket. Like, hey, look, I'm wearing a fox leather jacket. In videos past, I always refer to that from a like learning textbook standpoint. So just to clarify, that is the coat that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about fox leather trench coat. I'm not talking about a fox leather hoodie style coat. I'm just talking about the fox leather coat, like the traditional fox leather coat that you may see somebody wear. So I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, so moving forward. Let's see here. I almost went off there real quick, but you got to be descriptive when we're talking about clothes because, like, if you don't, there's so many different styles out there. If you really don't like verify what you're talking about, like, people could get easily confused with what I'm talking about, and I'm just like, trying to be definite on what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. Okay, so let's see. Well, it looks like I gotta put some cream on my face. Okay. Do you think dressing sense matters a lot? Yes, definitely. Dressing sense is something that's very, very important. Dressing for different occasions, what to wear, how to be casual but still look professional. An example of this I will never forget, somebody in my family, I'm not going to say who, was a boss at this place, and this person came home one day. This was a long time ago. And this person looked at me and said, this person had a job interview and they came in shorts. That's a true story. And I'll never forget having that conversation. I was just like, why would somebody do that? That's kind of strange. That's like unprofessional. So like this stuff that we're talking about can affect you professionally. Even though we're talking about modeling, something a little more fun and flamboyant, if you will, can definitely translate to the work world. I can talk about business attire. I mean, I don't think that this is a platform to really do that on. I could, if my fans suggest it, I could do like a segment or like a movie on business clothes and like how to wear things correctly. But that would be on request. But yeah, I mean, this person professionally told me I did not hire this person because they were wearing shorts, and I said, well, yeah, I think you made the right choice because you don't work outside, so why would you wear shorts to a job interview? Right, there you go. That's a true story. Okay, what advice would you give to those who lack knowledge about dressing sense? I would say it can cause you to get hired or fired. I would say it could get you sent home. I would say it could make you look that much more attractive or unattractive. I mean, when you walk into a room and people are looking at you, human nature is to immediately judge. It doesn't matter like who you are, where you're from. It's just simply human nature. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but in the first 5 to 10 seconds, whoever you're looking at or meeting with is going to judge you based on what you're wearing. It's just a commonality, and it happens every day. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just you always want to be prepared and ready for that judgment to go over very smoothly. I don't want to over embellish that. Okay. We all have our own struggles. What kind of struggles have you had? Okay, well this is very easy. As you can see, I have some dark circles under my eyes because I didn't wash my face yet. I actually did that on purpose for this video, so you could see that I'm a human being. I have bags under my eyes like everybody else does. You could see, like, I guess I struggle with acne. I guess you can't really see it, but I guess I had a pimple like over here this morning. It's like light pattern acne. It's not so severe. I don't want to say I struggled with weight loss, but definitely eating healthier was kind of a struggle at first, and being able to take like good pictures, eating healthy, talking to other models about what they're eating, and I'm always honest, so I don't try to like sugarcoat anything or lie about, I'm doing my best to give you guys accurate examples on here. So yeah, I would just say like the norm. My acne was a lot worse like a year ago because I had a day job that just was very like physical, and there was a lot of dirt and debris flying around, and I have very sensitive skin. But I would say like the norm, just always looking good, trying to always look good for the camera. We'll definitely get into more in the next segment. Thank you, my audience, for being here again. This one is definitely dedicated to a very, very beautiful woman, my grandmother. I love being able to have that freedom to say that. Huge inspiration. Get ready for the next segment. Here we are, back again. Marq Antini, Dark 66, modeling movie. Get ready. Peace. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. I am Marq Antini, Dark 66, and we are in the next modeling movie installment here. We're about to get into some really, really fun stuff, really fun conversation, tips, tricks on modeling, etc., etc. Alright, let's dive right in. Full throttle. Okay. Gotta be a little corny sometimes, corny sells, and we're about to have some fun, so let's get into this. This part I'm going to use an old-fashioned cliche term, and it goes something like this. We are about to separate the men from the boys, or we are about to separate the girls from the women. What I'm about to say is very profound, it's very opinionated, it's going to upset some of you. And I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to have you benefit from these videos. One aspect of me doing these videos is my fans just love my content. They love to see me modeling, talking about modeling, doing modeling. But there are other people on here who want to be models, and they want to do it on a pro level, like yours truly, Marq Antini, Dark 66, a pro freelance model level, whatever level that is. They are my fans because they learn from me. Okay, if you're good enough at something, you'll even find that when you teach others to do what you do, you actually become better at your craft. All right, so let's get into this. Again, what I'm going to say is my strong opinion. Okay, I'm a pro freelance model, and I'm not here to start arguments, look down on anybody, etc., etc. I'm going to tell you what modeling isn't. Okay? Because some people don't know what modeling is, but I'll explain to you what modeling isn't. Modeling is not dancing in front of a camera on social media and getting likes. That is not modeling. Okay, people, I've seen this on social media a lot. Sometimes you go to somebody's profile, it says that they're a model. 90% of their profile is them dancing to music in front of a camera, and usually getting likes from the opposite sex, and etc., etc. Now, I want to first off start by saying that I'm not jealous of that. I'm not jealous of that at all. I'm not jealous of that mildly. I think if that's how you want to make your money and you're comfortable with that, that's okay. But you're watching this right now because you know that I'm a professional. Okay? And the first thing I'm going to tell you about modeling is you are, as a professional model, you are becoming who they want you to be, not who you want to be. I'm going to say that again. When you are a professional model, you are becoming who they want you to be, not who you want to be. Okay, there's a difference. Now, me, I'm a pro freelance model, so I don't really have that type of pressure. And look, I've been doing this for a while, okay? But you have to. I'm gonna segue into this after I'm done speaking my point on this. Okay, there's a conclusion to what I'm saying. Like, if you want to just dance in front of a camera for the rest of your social media career and get paid for it and tell people that you're a model, fine. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Somebody from the modeling world is going to notice you sooner or later. And they'll either talk to you about your work, or they will not talk to you because you obviously don't know who you are. Okay? If you choose to be an influencer, a creator, this, that, and the other thing, look, that's great. Okay, but if you're looking for modeling, you have to understand that they made a decision way before you even came along that they were going to have someone model these clothes, that they were going to have someone walk this runway, that they were going to have someone present this new look. Okay, you just fit it like a glove. That's how it happened. That's modeling. Okay, getting attention from the opposite sex and getting hearts put on your profile, I think that's great. Okay, but it's just not the same. Just get that out of your mind. Okay, I speak from experience. Okay, I'm on here so you can know the difference. I'm on here so you don't lose sleep at night. I'm on here to show you, what my past failures looked like. And really, the only thing that kept me going in this, like brought me back and made me successful, is my love in God and my love in you. That's just my heart. And I'm getting real deep, but you don't have to misrepresent yourself because, your mom wasn't a pro model, or you never had people helping you with this and you had to pick yourself up. Like, I talk about my failed portfolio like all the time. I failed on my portfolio like 10 years ago. It was pretty embarrassing. I'm the type of person where I don't lose sleep at night about that kind of stuff. But like, I was looking at like a frozen person. I was like Frozen 66. I was Snowman 66. You ever seen a snowman on someone's front lawn, and the snowman falls over and he's not moving, he's not going anywhere? That was basically me like 10 years ago. And yes, I have a sense of humor, okay, but it's so you don't have to embarrass yourself that way. Let's say this one more time. Dancing in front of a camera to music and getting hearts on your profile is not modeling. It's just simply not. Now I'm going to segue to this. What is the secret to my success? The secret to my success as a model is I've always had someone behind the scenes since I've started Whether it was my dad, excuse me, I'm getting over being sick. My manager, my photographers that I work with. I work with 2 photographers right now. Constantly giving me feedback, constantly giving me corrective criticism, constantly telling me what looks right, doesn't look right. That falls more into a modeling category than these superficial hearts that get sent your way if you're just dancing on a camera in front of music. So keep that in mind. This is not an argument. This is to help you grow, know the difference, see what path you want to go down. I love dancing, by the way. I love watching people dance. If that's your thing, I'm very, very happy for you. And again, I'm here to help you, not to hurt your feelings. I don't mean this controversially. This is Marq Antini, Dark 66. I'm a pro freelance model. Let's get into the next part of the movie. Peace. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. I am Marq Antini, Dark 66, and as stated before, this video is dedicated to my late grandmother for her beauty and amazing genetics that she passed on to all of us in the family. And it's an amazing thing. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about how my grandparents met. This is a true story. It has something to do with modeling. I wouldn't say that it's totally modeling. I would say it's modeling related. I asked my grandmother, I said, when did you notice and become attracted to my grandfather? Just to keep it simple, like when did that happen? And she said that she was in school at the time, and she said that out of all the boys, that she noticed this young man who was wearing like a white shirt. And you got to think like way, way back, in time. I mean, I don't want to say like the time frame, but I'm saying like when this outfit was actually in, or like in style, if you will, was at a certain time where people dressed very, I want to say like conservatively, from all, places in the U.S. generally. I'm making a general statement. So she said she saw this young man wearing a white shirt, and she noticed him, and she said he looked different because people where they were located didn't really wear those colors, didn't really, how do you say this, like didn't really look for that type of attention. And she said he was different, he stood out from the crowd, and that was what interested her in the first place. So hold on, let me close my door real quick. So that's the story of my wonderful grandparents. Now, what can you take away from that? Well, I'll tell you this. Me and my grandfather went total opposite ends when it comes to, wearing white. My my favorite color is obviously black. But I think, no, I like some other colors. I like black, I like red, indigo, turquoise, blue. I like a lot of different colors, but what you can take away from that is when you're modeling, you're definitely, absolutely, 100% trying to be different in all ways, shapes, and forms. Like, that's one of your huge goals, is to be noticed in a way where others are saying, wow, that is different. Because when you get in front of that camera and, you're definitely trying to stand out from the crowd. You're definitely trying to get noticed in a different way. You're definitely trying to get that type of attention. That's 100% your job. I do that every time I get in front of the camera, any camera. I'm even doing that now. You know, models are attention seekers. You know, you can even write that down and remember that. So that's a story about my beautiful grandparents. I wanted to share that with you. Let's go to the next topic. Okay, so I know I just wanted to say this also is like I tend to reiterate myself a lot on here. Like I think throughout this modeling movie series, I tend to emphasize sleep a lot. I do that on purpose because you know, I could always say something slightly differently. I could always say something that may have changed slightly. And like if I reiterate sleep, you know, I'm teaching you how to be a successful model. Know and write down how important sleep is in the whole, you know, gamut of what I'm telling you. You know, and I purposely do that. I don't sit down and say, oh, well, I mentioned sleep. I'm done that for the rest of the movie series. I'll mention it 3 or 4 times. The emphasis on that is so important. And sometimes my answers might change slightly, but, you know, you get the point. If you see something that's reiterated more than once, write it down, focus on it, learn it for a later time. Okay, because those are the most important topics. See, I even repeated myself there, so you know you can remember. Okay, this next topic. This is so important. All right, this is my number one opinion. This is an opinion. You can take this how you want it to. I'm not gonna force anybody to agree with me on this. Okay, but I'm saying this to help you all, those who want to be models. When I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I always like to keep that mystique, that mysteriousness, as you know, Marq Antini Dark 66. Let's just say this: I'm not Stark 18 years old, Stark 21 years old. Okay, let's just put it that way. And I actually prefer that. Okay, I prefer that because I'm actually going into modeling at like this perfect time in my life where I'm trying to keep a youthful appearance. You know, it opens me up to jobs where, you know, I'm seeking like, you know, male beauty products to stay youthful. And I have the experience enough to like kind of like know what I'm doing. You know, if you go into this at like age 18, age 21, you know, anybody who, you know, has ever seen any famous entertainers and they lose their lives, not literally, I'm saying like you lose your life because you become an entertainer at a young age and you kind of miss out on your childhood. That's the first reason why you wouldn't want to do it. The second reason is like you haven't really developed, and any success that you've had from being a young model, Stark 18, Stark 21, you're chasing that, you know, you're chasing that like young appearance, like that. Oh, you know, I took these great pictures for this company, and you know, you look at the pictures and you're literally looking at an 18-year-old. You're literally looking at a 21-year-old. Because what you want to do is you want to be able to translate that into more of like a man, like a manhood, if you will. Because I've seen it so many times. I've seen childhood actors, childhood, you know, like musicians, performers, whatever you want to call it. You know, they're popular in their childhood, and then boom, you know, they turn 27 years old and they're considered, you know, old, or they're considered a dinosaur, and this, that, and the other thing. That's another thing about modeling is like, I remember my last thing that I'm going to tell you about that, about age, is age does not matter. And I remember picking up GQ magazine seeing like an older man on there. I don't want to say old, but an older man on there, like gray hair. And I said to myself, like, wow, like this guy looks better than I do, and he's like older. Like, that's the point I'm trying to make, because it's music is different, acting is different, but modeling, you're chasing that handsomeness, you're chasing that beauty. You want to stand out in that way. So if you only did that when you're young, you're constantly going to be chasing something that they fell in love with years ago, not something that you can grow with. Now, I know this is kind of difficult to understand, but really think about what I'm saying. Like, and really, when you're that age, you don't have the type of emotions that people are looking for. You haven't faced the world and everything that it is, and then be able to let it out in front of a camera. Really think about that. And that's just my opinion. If you're 18, hey, look, still go for it. If you're 21, hey, still go for it. I'm just saying, this job, from a job standpoint, requires someone who has a little more maturity. It'll come out in your photographs, and you'll be more satisfied, like I am. I'm so happy where I am age-wise in this, because it opens me up for more business opportunities. Want to keep the wrinkles off my face, want to keep the acne off my face. It's a great time for me to be where I'm at. Now, that's just me, and that's just my strong opinion, so take with it what you will, but I explained to you exactly why. Okay, now last question. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to take criticism like a champion. Okay, so, I have a lot of different people in my family. They know I model. And I only decide to show my work with, people that I would understand to take me seriously. And if you show somebody your work, okay, and they're like, you look like this, or you look like that, or you look like this, or you look like that. Like, if I tell somebody that, yeah, you look like a farmer in this picture, that's not necessarily a put down. That's not necessarily that's not necessarily like a bad thing. That's not a bad criticism. The type of criticisms that you want to stay away from are, okay, you mean things. Like, okay, you look, in this picture, you look old, or you look fat, or you look ugly. Those are the types of criticisms where you got to step back and say to yourself, okay, like, what am I going to do with myself? People that ask you why you model because they can't understand it, just stay away from those people. I have those types of people in my family where they just like to create drama, and like, you don't owe anybody that justification. I just I just saw people like that in my family, and I just ignore it. If you don't like people modeling, just, take me off your feed or whatever, or, we just don't have to talk about it. You don't owe somebody extra because you express yourself that way. It's a free country. Okay, so stay away from those people. Listen to the criticism, because really, when somebody says you look like this, that's actually a compliment, because in modeling, you're going for like a certain theme that you're trying to capture. So really listen to what they say. If they say that your appearance is overall negative, then, take it in stride, try to fix it. But if they say you look like this, that's not always a bad thing. Remember that. And I'll close this one out. If any of you wanted to, get on this level that I'm doing this at, and I was your modeling coach, or I was your modeling manager, I would say, over the next 100 days, take 100 photos of yourself, at least one each day, that you're comfortable with. Put together a portfolio, because that's like it's over like 90 days. Like, you get a new job, you have a 90-day like preliminary wait period if you know you got the job or not. If not, they boot you out the door. So take a picture a day so you have at least 100 photographs. And like if you have like a bad skin day or a bad hair day or something like that, you have to work through it, because that's what models do. You have to just keep going. It doesn't matter. You have to take at least one good picture a day. Put all those pictures together and then contact me. Or, I'm not saying I'm looking to be a modeling manager, but I'm saying, then contact me, Marq Antini Dark 66. I could give you some pointers, some critiques on your photos. I don't know, maybe I would charge you a fee for that, but that's what you want. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for consistency over time. Like, I don't wake up one day and say, oh, well, got bags under my eyes today, can't do modeling. That's not how this works. The consistency and working through that and pushing through that is part of a model's job, to always look attractive. Okay, so and there's like, there's a little bit of a luck factor every time somebody takes a photo, like, oh, I look really good here, or, oh, my hair looks really good here, I gotta show this photo to everybody. They put it on every social media platform, and then at the end of the day it doesn't even look like them in person. So you want to avoid that too. That's why the 100-day, like Marq Antony's 100-day modeling plan, would work for you, because you learn how to like work through like, different obstacles. So there you go. I'm going to close this out. This is the movie dedicated to my beautiful grandmother. And thank you, my fans. Thank you guys for always tuning in and keeping me paid on YouTube, etc., etc. We're going to be branching out soon more with my company, Dark South Limited. Stay tuned to see what's next. I'll see you later.